Well, hello, hello, hello. My name is Angela Odom, and I am so excited today to announce the new children's book, Golem's Magical Gamers. And that's what we are talking about today on the Better You Leadership Podcast. I'm going to tell you about the book and, what it's about, who's for, how I was inspired to write it, about the illustrator. I'll tell you all those things, but I want you to know first and foremost that that thing that's burning inside of you, that thing that you want to do, that thing, that goal, that desire that you have in your head and in your heart, and for whatever reason you have not moved on it, I'm here to just give you a gentle push, a nudge. Boom, go ahead and do that thing that is yours to do. Right? Go ahead and do that thing that is yours to do. That's what I'm here to encourage you to do. So today we are talking about Golem's Magical Gamers. This is a book announcement, and I am excited because I wrote this book after having a conversation with my niece. My niece has I think he's 5 or 6 year old son, and he said to her in January or February, so he said, Mommy, uh, soon I won't even need you to read to me because I'm on the train to kindergarten. How cute is that? I'm on the train to kindergarten. So that's what my nephew said to my niece, right? And she relayed the story to me. And as she was relaying the story to me, she said that she needed to upgrade his bookshelf, right? She needed to upgrade, get some more books for him because that fella was on the train to kindergarten, right? He knows the sight words, those types of things. So I thought about it, and she and I had a conversation. At the end of that, I decided that I would write a book, right? A children's book. And of course, I've written one before, the Bronco Strong, a memoir of the last deployed personnel services battalion. I wrote that one. Then I'm a contributing author to Camouflage Sisters. It's a book about one chapter per author. 10 of us, senior military women leaders, who each wrote our own chapter in Camouflage Sisters, that series. And so I decided, guess what? I really don't know how to write the book, write it, edit it, get it published, all those things, because it's been a minute. All I know is this is on my heart and in my head to do. So guess what? Small steps, small steps, small steps. And we continued. And today is June 22nd, right? June 22nd. And the Golem's Magical Gamers will be officially released on Thursday, June 24th. I received the proof version of the book. They send you like a proof, or you pay for it. Send you a proof so you can make sure you see the layout and all those things, how that's going to work, how it's going to look. And so that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Good morning, Carrie. I wanted to talk to you about doing that thing that you have on your heart and in your head. And I will tell you that the very first thing I would encourage you to do is to start, if you're not already doing it, start saying yes from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet when someone is asking you to commit your time, energy, and effort. That's the very first thing. Make your yeses yes and your no's no's. And then when you are, looking at your calendar, I'd ask you to show up for yourself first and then serve others from the overflow, right? So that is how I was able to write a children's book. It started in, I may think it might have been February or March, and worked with an illustrator to get, professional pictures in there. Thanks, Carrie. Thanks for your always kind words and support. And so this is today's topic is about a new book announcement, and letting you know really, about the book, but more so, I want you to hear me on this. I want you to really hear me on this. There's something right now, and if you don't mind sharing, if there's something right this minute that you have been thinking about it, you've been turning that thing over and over in your head, and you have been saying, well, nah, I don't have the resources or the time, or I don't really know what I'm doing, or I'm scared, or such and such not going to approve, or I need this or I need that. I'm going to tell you that's hogwash. Right? I'm telling you to get off those excuses and get your butt in gear. Small steps, small steps, small steps. And I'm not diminishing in any way the challenges that you might be facing. What I'm telling you is, if Angela Odom can write a children's book, I am dyslexic. Are you kidding me? This is the second book contributed to the other. I am dyslexic. The Amazon, the whole process is mind-boggling. But guess what? I reached out for help, right? So I'm a person who, I don't mind looking crazy or silly or failing, because it's not about how you see me. It's about how I show up, right? And what I know for sure is, I know for sure that this little book, right, this children's book, is going to help a lot of people, grown-ups, as well as children. The age group that is primarily focused on is 6 years old up to 12. And those 9 to 12-year-olds, they'll be able to read, on their own about the concept about teamwork and communication, the topics about conflict, self-doubt, and depression. And then the other children will have their parents or their caregivers, their nurturers, to read to them and with them and to understand those topics. We're not going deep into those topics. It's a children's book, but it does give the opportunity to have a conversation, to connect. And that's the point. We've been through, you keep hearing all the adults talk about the last 2 years, I guess, year, 18 months, right? With this whole global pandemic and the impact on them and their jobs and their relationships. But what about the children and their impact, their mental health, their emotional health, their ability to have conversations with people? So it's actually a good read, and I want to just encourage you, really to move away from yourself. I know this might be really small, but the formats, I wanted to make sure I shared that with you. The format and the purpose and also the inspiration, right? So the book will be in the, right now on Amazon. Right this minute on Amazon, you can go ahead and pre-order the book in the ebook format, and you can actually purchase the book in the paperback format. And on Thursday, June 24th, the ebook version will, come into your Kindle or on your PC. And then, of course, they will mail the paperback beginning on Thursday, June 24th. And then the audiobook version is coming, and also a video version. And the whole point of that is, how will these children get the message, right? So they'll either be able to read it themselves, put it on their shelf. Oh, by the way, that's a picture of my son when he was like, he might have been, 8, maybe. He's mortified, by the way, and I think he'll be okay eventually, but right now he's mortified that his picture's out there, but I love it. And so all those different formats is, for the children, and the parents, can actually, the video, once that's done, the video version, they'll be able to just hit the button, click it. Well, those children are smart enough, they do it themselves. That's the video version. And then the animated video version for the smaller children. And then, of course, the audio and, paperback and ebook. So all versions, we will have those eventually. I want to, oh, good morning, Mo. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I want to just encourage you. I want to encourage you. Thanks, Carrie, for your positive feedback, and thanks, Mo. I want to encourage you, right, to if you were thinking about running your own business, or you are writing a book, or you are doing a presentation, or really, if you are working on a certification, or whatever you're doing, you're managing a project, whatever it is, you're a leader, right? And so what you do is you determine um, your first step. You look out and you say, well, this is how I want it to end. This is how I wanted to end. I knew that I wanted to have a children's book with concepts that parents and caregivers would be able to have the opportunity to have conversations with those children. And I also wanted to be an interesting book so that 9 to 12-year-old age group, boys and girls, would be able to read on their own and like, oh, I like this. This is good, because it's about video games, right? And what I did was I called two of my nieces, a niece with a 6-year-old girl and a 12-year-old boy. I talked to the 6-year-old, and the 6-year-old said, "Yes, ma'am." I knew her mom was just standing there over her saying, "Answer her questions." So the 6-year-old was like, "Okay." So maybe the video version would be good for her. And then the 12-year-old, as I read some of the comments, the portions of the book, and talked to him about the concept, he gave me feedback. He was like, "Well, I don't really do it like that." So I had to change the whole beginning of the book based on my conversation with my 12-year-old nephew. And then he said, "You know what? I think it would be good." And then I called another niece who has she has a 2, 4, and a 10-year-old boy, and the other two are girls. And the 10-year-old boy says, "Auntie, put me on FaceTime." Like, we both have our iPhones, right? "Show me the pictures." Talk to me about it again. Now tell me what you mean. And so I'm mind boggled how these kids, these children, these young people are so engaged, and they're invested in learning new concepts and having conversations, right? And so I'm pretty excited about actually my nieces and nephews reading the book and then having a conversation with their own parents and their own friends, all those things, right? And so I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to help a lot of people. That's my hope and desire. That's what I'm looking at. So this morning, in a few minutes, I'm hopping on a plane and headed to Michigan. I'm going to do a presentation at the USS Silverside Submarine Museum. Say that one time fast, right? Bam, 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 bam. And so I'll be there tomorrow and come back tomorrow night. And then I'll be like on pins and needles, because I'll be so excited that the Golem's Magical Gamers will be live and available for purchase. So I encourage you to read the book and then give a solid review on Amazon, right? Amazons are a big deal. I mean, reviews are a big deal. Reviews are a big deal. Make it solid. Now, if it's not solid, just contact me. If you get some problems, contact me. Let's not tell the whole world, right? And then I can address whatever your issue is. But if you like it, then of course, make sure to submit a solid Amazon review. Okay, with that said, I just wanted to encourage you, first of all, to get out of your own way, right? Oh, by the way, I didn't ask anybody for permission to do this, right? I didn't ask anybody permission. I didn't need it. Right? I didn't ask anybody's permission. So that's what I'm telling you. You don't need anyone's permission to do that thing that you want to do. Right? You don't need anybody's permission. And so what you do need is to get started, to get off your rear end. Stop complaining, get out of your own head, take small steps, ask for help, right? Ask for help and research, do the right thing, have the attitude of excellence. You want to deliver whatever it is in excellence. You want to have a product that people would actually want if that's what you're doing, right? If you are, if you're thinking you want to be a singer, then good Lord, the sing, sing, right? And so if you want somebody to actually purchase your songs, then sing in excellence. It won't be like the church choir and they're like, oh yeah, Miss Laura Ann's daughter, she sang that song. Now we don't want nobody else to hear, but she sang that song. We want you to be able to be proud of your work. I know, like I crack my own self up for my jokes. But with that said, I'm going to go ahead and get off of this in this episode and head to the airport and be in the space with veterans. My name is Angela Odom. I am a host of the Better You Leadership Podcast, founder of the Better You Project brand, and I'm a very proud Army veteran. I teach women how to lead themselves and others and how to manage processes. And today, the lesson for you and I, one is we don't need permission to excel. We don't. And just take small steps and keep moving forward. Respond with a yes, yes, yes. Right? A full body yes when someone is asking for your time, your attention, and your efforts. It's either a full body yes or a complete no. We don't have to be nasty or demonstrative in any way. We don't have to announce any of this. What I'm telling you is prioritize your time. Show up for yourself first and then serve others from the overflow. Do you see this? Do you understand what's going on? I wrote this children's book, right? I'm getting on a plane to go to Michigan and I'll come back. So I'm still serving others. But guess what? I wanted to write a children's book and I did. That's what I'm saying. We don't need anybody's permission. Thank you. Thank you again to Mo. I appreciate it. And I love that you're rooting for me. Thank you. And then Carrie, thank you so much. With that said, you all have an amazing day. My name is Angela Odom, and of course, I am rooting for you. You all take care.